Oh, alrighty. Just finishing up a few things here, just getting everything set up
Oh,
and listening to
alrighty.
myself. Look at me. You're beautiful. You're a beautiful man. All right. Anyways, here we go with part two of our NFC divisional round playoff game. San Francisco, Washington. Second half action coming to you shortly here. Jack Dawson is in the house. So good to see you. So I am going to change a few things. Today, I think what I'm going to actually do is use the actual book this time as opposed to doing it on on the computer. I thought doing it on the computer might be a little quicker. The problem with doing it on the computer is you look on the computer screen and you see what you need to get. Then you have to look down here, find whether it's the E player or the TA player or the quarterback or whatever, check the rating, and then you have to look back up at the screen to figure out what the result is. But then you were okay, what was the number of that again? And you look at the dice, and so you got to relook it up. So it's like double the work. I think if I actually use the rule, the manual, right, which I do have all the tabs and everything for, so it should be pretty easy. I got inside. Oh, let me show you how I got it designed here. So I got inside, outside with the I's and the O's. Then I have screen passes with the orange overlay. Then I have P, S, R, and B for the short passes. Then I have the medium passes in red, P, S, R, B. And then I have the long passes. And the PSRB stands for P is pass. Uh, S is safe, R is run, and B is blitz. So those are so if I'm doing a screen pass against a pass, I know which tab to pull. So I think it'll be fast. Got every all the important pages. All right. So we got the deck shuffled up, ready to go. Washington won the first half, won the coin toss, and they decided to receive in the first half. So now they're kicking off to start the second half. It is 14-14. How does this compare to Stratomatic? Well, I mean, that could be a 2 hour discussion when you're talking about how does it compare. Which do you like better? Which plays easier? Uh, I think this has a nice flow to the game. It compared to Stratomatic. If you're playing basic Stratomatic, then you're not getting the whole. You're not playing the whole game. But if you're playing the advanced Stratomatic, then you have to move pieces around the parts and do all that manipulation of stuff. So it's really it's comparing apples and oranges because they're two. Stratomatic is a weird beast because again, you can play basic, you can play advanced, you can play super advanced. So it depends on if you're playing with the advanced and super advanced. You have to move the little pieces into the different zones so you know how many pieces there. Unless you have my special Stratomatic defensive solo bot, which will tell you how many pieces are in each of the different zones. And I'm still working on a update for that. So, anyways, let's get to the second half kickoff. Let's do this. Kicking off. Here we go. All right. So we got the kickoff coming. This time we are going to be doing it the correct way. This is going to be the 35-yard line. Washington is kicking off. Let's get to the game. 65 kickoff. It's going to be 47, and it's going to be picked up by a blocker man up front. So 47, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 minus 3 would be 47. So it's a blocker up front. That's great. I don't think. Do they have? Do the blockers have any kind of ratings or anything? Probably not. Let's see what kind of routine. Let's see what kind of return he gets. 60, 62. Kickoff return. 62 is plus 12 to return. I don't think they have any ratings because it's a blocker. So they're just going to get 12 yards. 10, 11, 12. And they're going to get it at the 30-yard line. San Francisco. First down and 10. And it is 14-14. Both teams have their and third quarter 3 timeouts for each team. And again, I'm going to be calling all the offensive plays, and it'll let the AI decide what they're going to do for each of the defensive teams. So first down and 10, and we're going to get our chart out for San Francisco offense versus Washington defense. And it's going to be Roger Craig inside. Roger Craig inside versus safe. So it's going to be inside versus safe, and you can see I know where that is. I can flip right to it, so that's helpful. Then I got a 33 is GA. Is GA a run 0? GA is Guy McIntyre. He's a 2-, so that would be no. He's going to churn through traffic for 5 yards. Roger Craig, 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5. Roger Craig picks up 5 yards. This 7th carry of the game so far. Second down, 3 ticks off the clock. You got to remember to do all this stuff. Second down and 5. They're going to give it to Tom Rathman, and they're going to give it to him inside. Defense is looking at a blitz, so inside versus a blitz. And that's going to be this. 31 and third quarter. GA or EA. GA. Guy McIntyre again. EA is Jerry Rice. Neither one of them are run 0. No. So blitzing linebacker leaves a hole, and Tom Rathman is going to pick up. Only 3 yards on the play, though. Rathman with 3 yards. Good blocking by Guy McIntyre and Jerry Rice, but good defense to hold him to 3 yards. 1, 2, 3. Nope, wrong way. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be third down and 2. Third down and 2. They're gonna go short. They're gonna go to John Taylor short. John Taylor short. Third down and they're looking for a run. So that's gonna be a short versus a run. Trying to go short to John Taylor. 1-1. That is going to be pass completed. Receiver tackled 1 yard short of first down, which means, well, that's only a 1 yard pickup then. John Taylor picks it up, but he only gets 1 yard and cannot get the second yard. 1, 2, 3. So the 1-1 is not what you want to roll on that defense, unfortunately. On 3rd and 2, you don't want a 1 yard pass. So it's 4th down from their own 39-yard line. 4th and 1. Tick, tick, tick off the clock. 12:24 to go. Alan Shaw, Viper Dave, Jack Dawson. How is everyone? Hope all is well. We are going to 4th and 1 from your own 39 in a tied game. You have to bunt. They're going to bunt. Yes, they're going to punt. I know. What can I say? It's going to be a routine punt is what it's going to be. It's going to be a routine punt. As a 56 on the routine punt. -3 from his average. And if they have a return of D or better, no return. Return of D or better. Return for Barry Helton is C. So no return on it, but it's -3 from his average. His average is 37, so it's only a 34-yard punt. 10, 20, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no return. 34-yard punt by Hilton. 34-yard punt. No return. And 1 tick off the clock. And it's Washington's ball at their 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Third quarter action. 12 to go in the third quarter. And it's 1st down and 10, and we got to switch our little chart. I do like this, where you only have to have one. Normally you have a sheet with San Francisco offense and defense, and you have Washington offense and defense. And what I did was just take a screenshot, and I put the defense against the Washington, defense against the offense. And that way I only need one sheet out at a time. So I don't get confused and have to look at multiple sheets. I only need one sheet. So that, I really like how that turned out to help things. 1st down and 10 for Washington at their own 27-yard line. It's going to be inside run to Ernest Biner. They're going safe. And that's an inside versus safe result. 15. Ernest Biner inside is a B. And he's going to pick up 2 yards. And it's going to be 2nd down. 1, 2, 3. 2 yards for Ernest Biner. 2 yards for him. All right. 2nd down and 8. 2nd down and 8. They're going to go screen pass to Calvin Bryant. Screen pass, Calvin Bryant against safe. Screen pass versus safe. 33. TA. That is Jim Lachey. Is he a 0? No, Jim Lachey is a 2. It's going to be complete. Receiver picks away through defenders for 10 yards. And a 1st down. 10-yard pickup for Calvin Bryant on the pass. 10-yard pickup and a 1st down. And 1, 2, 3 ticks off the clock. 11 minutes to go here in San Francisco in the third quarter. 39-yard line. 1st down and 10. They are going to go... We're going to give Gerald Riggs another shot at this. Gerald Riggs, if you missed the first game, Gerald Riggs, we've tried him 3 times so far. He's gotten -1 yard, -1 yard, -1 yard. He is due to get some yardage. And yes, it is 1st down and 10. We're going to give it to Gerald Riggs. Inside again for Gerald Riggs. Defense is looking at safe. Inside versus safe. Gerald Riggs. Come on, Gerald. Plow forward. We need a few yards. 45. All right. Inside run versus... I grabbed the wrong... Versus safe. Okay. We rolled a 45. So is CE, which is the center... Is he a run of 2? That is Jeff Bostic. No, he's a 1. So smothered at the line. You can't write this yet. You cannot write this. 45. Third quarter, CE, which is the center. Is he a run 2? No. Smothered at line. 1 yard loss. So that is the 4th time in a row he has a -1. I keep swearing we're not going to do it anymore. I keep swearing we're not going to do it anymore. But then we keep trying. So 10:24 to go. And Gerald Riggs stopped at the line again. They're going to try and get some yardage. This time they're going to give it to Ernest Biner outside. Ernest Biner outside. And in, look at that. 11 yards to go, and they choose run for the defense. What's the chance? That's crazy. So we are looking at outside and run. Oops. Outside and run. From their 38-yard line, second down and 11. 54 is I. That is your right defensive end, Kevin Fagan. He is a 1. Question is he a 2? No, he's not. He is going to let him get 2 yards and then tackle him. So 2 yards outside for Ernest Biner. So it brings up third down and 9. Third down and 9 from their own 40-yard line. They're going to go medium pass. They're going to look for Don Warren. Third down and 9. The defense is looking for a pass. So medium versus a pass. 24 is EB or quarterback, a 2. Rippon is a 1. And EB is Art Monk. He is a 1 as well. So neither one, no. So tight coverage, go to the wide chart. First chance, Mark Rippon. Mark Rippon's first chance at possible interception now. And he is actually a 4, which means if we roll 26 or less, it'll be intercepted. 25, it is an interception by San Francisco. And that was a short pass. Was that a short pass or a medium pass? It was a medium pass. Sorry, it was a medium pass. So it was a 20-yard down the line interception. So they were at the 40. So 20 yards from there is the 40 of San Francisco. And it was either Ronnie Lott or Chet Brooks. We're going to go even. It was Ronnie Lott. Odd, no, it's Chet Brooks. So Chet Brooks with the interception. And that was 20 yards. Nope, I'm sorry. It was C or D. It was Chet Brooks or Daryl Pollard. So I'm going to have to re-roll that. Hang on a second. I had my finger on the wrong column. It was either Chet Brooks or Daryl Pollard. We'll go even as Chet Brooks. Odd. Nope, it's Daryl Pollard with the interception. Okay. So Daryl Pollard, 20 yards down the field, interception. And now we can roll for his return. Interception return. Defensive back. $51. It's a long return. It is a long return. Long interception, fumble return. This will be an interception, long interception return. He got it at their 40-yard line, so if it's 60 or more, it's a touchdown. That is a 25. That is going to be long return 25 is 29 yards. So that is going to be 10, 20, 30, minus 1. He's going to return it 29 yards. So that is an interception. And that is Daryl Pollard. It was an interception, 29 yards. That on Mark Rippon is an I. And we check off the box for interception. And that is going to be Daryl Pollard. That was in the third quarter. I like to just put down when it happened. I put like 3 in parentheses. So Daryl Pollard, 29-yard interception return in the third quarter. And San Francisco has the ball at the Washington 31-yard line as Mark Rippon gets intercepted. So turnaround is fair play. It was all Washington intercepting the first half. Now it is San Francisco intercepting in the second half. And a decent return as well. So it's Joe Montana back to work here. Joe Montana back to work at the Washington 31-yard line. First down and 10. And we turnovers, so just one tick off the clock. 9:36 to go in the third quarter. San Francisco at home. We can switch our charts just like that, and we're ready to go. And we're gonna give Joe Montana a chance to give him the interception right back. We're gonna go medium pass to Jerry Rice, and they're looking at the safe. So it's medium versus safe, trying to hit Jerry Rice. 51. Is C a passive too? That is Alvin Walton. No, he's not. He's going to the XM chart. XM chart. That is a 34 on the XM chart. Is the quarterback X result? That is Joe Montana. Is his X greater than 9? No, Joe Montana is only a X result of 4. No. Yes. Quarterback X rating. Right. Is it greater than 9? No is the answer. The answer is wide open in the middle. 22-yard pass to Jerry Rice, though. Holy cow. Jerry Rice, 22-yard reception. 10-20. 1-2 down to the 9-yard line. First down. 1, 2, 3 ticks off the clock. Washington first and goal from the 9. Washington first and goal from the 9. And it's going to be Joe Montana back to pass. He's going to look for John Taylor short. John Taylor short. They're going with the safe. Short, safe. They're looking for John Taylor. 9 yards to go. 31 is TA, which is Bubba Parrish. Or CE, the center. Either one of those, a pass of 0. Bubba Parrish is a 1, and Jesse Sapola is a 1. So no is the answer. Quarterback runs. Go to page 14 and re-roll. We're going to page 14 and re-rolling for the quarterback run. The quarterback running. That's Joe Montana. His outside run actually is an AA. So let's see what Joe Montana gets out of this. Joe Montana scrambling 16. He's an AA. And he's going to pick up 5 yards and slide down at the 4-yard line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yards. And Joe Montana with a 4-yard run, was it? 1, 2, 3, 5-yard run. 5-yard run. Joe Montana scrambles for 5 and goes down at the 4. And 1, 2, 3 ticks off the clock. So second and goal from the 4. It's going to be Roger Craig up the middle. Roger Craig up the middle. They are looking at a safe. They're looking at a safe. So in the middle, inside, Roger Craig against safe. $52 is F. A run of 2. That is not. And remember, for you guys just joining us, Greg Minuski is the middle linebacker. He's the F player. He is out injured. So it's Brad Edwards all the time now. And he is actually a 0 on linebacker. He's a better pass defender than he is a run defender. So he's in there now all the time. And that was a 52. So is he a run 2? No, he's not. He's going to charge through the line for a 9-yard gain and a touchdown. Roger Craig. 4-yard touchdown. It is now 20-14 pending the extra point. Roger Craig, 4 yards. And what I like to do is circle anytime it's a touchdown. So that way I know, oh, okay, he had an 11-yard, a -1, an 11, a 3, a 0, a 5, and a 4. Oh, but the 4 was a touchdown run. Oh, okay. All right. And we got an extra point, but one thing I failed to mention to you is he charges through the line for a 9-yard gain, but we have an injury on the play. Oh, that's right. We got an injury on the play. Let's see who it is. 41 EC. That is Brett Jones, the tight end. Brett Jones, the tight end, is injured. Let's see how long he's out. 43. And he's out for the rest of the game. Brett Jones got a pulled groin. He is out for the remainder of the game. So another crucial injury. Another crucial injury to San Francisco. Oh, well, actually, the other one was on Washington. So Brett Jones injured. Out. Brett Jones. So it's going to be Jamie Williams. Jamie Williams is going to be a full-time tight end now. Jamie Williams. And believe it or not, they actually have Wesley Walls as the third tight end. But let's find out if that extra point is good. Is that touchdown from the 21? No, it's a touchdown from the 4-yard line. I don't know what you meant from the 21. From the 21, I don't know what you're talking about, Alan. Sorry. They're on the 4-yard line. You had a 22-yard gain from the 21 and put it on the 97. No, I didn't have a 20. I had a 22-yard gain. No, I had it on the 30. I believe I had it on the 30, right? 30 and 22. Yeah, because they had it. No, it was the 31. That's where they started the possession. Was the 31-yard line, right? Isn't that where they started possession? They started possession at the 31. And they had a 22-yard gain, 10, 20, 1, 2. Yeah, and they went to the first down and 10 at the 9-yard line. So yeah, they started at the 31. Yeah, I'm 99% sure that they started at the 31-yard line. Yes, I'm almost positive because remember, he intercepted at their 40-yard line. He got a 21-yard return, 29-yard return. So it was 10, 20. Yeah. So you're intercepting here, 10, 29. So it was definitely the 31-yard line. Yep. Nope. I'm fine. I think I'm okay. I think I'm all right. Now we still need the extra point. You're getting me confused before the extra point. I see what he's doing. I see what Alan Shaw is doing. He's tricky. That Alan Shaw guy, watch him. He's tricky. He's trying to confuse me, hoping I'll forget to do the extra point, And then somehow Washington's going to score a touchdown to get that extra point and win at the last second. I'll tell you, that Alan Shaw, he's a tricky dude. 34. It is up and it is good. And San Francisco turns the interception into a touchdown. So it is 21-14, and they will kick off from the actual 35 this time. Yay, we're doing it right. All right. Kicking off. It's Mike Kofer kicking off. And a 31 is 63 yards. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, 3. That makes more sense. They're going to pick the ball up at their 2-yard line. It is their secondary kickoff returner. That is going to be Walter Stanley. 54 on the return. He gets 6 to his average. His average is 20, so it's going to be 26. 10, 26. He's going to take it out to the 28-yard line. And we got 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It is 21-14 in favor of San Francisco. Washington with the ball. Mark Rippon. Let's see what he can do with it now. They are looking for a pass. It's going to be a screen pass to Calvin Bryant. Screen pass, Calvin Bryant. They are going safe defense. Screen pass versus safe. What's going on, OG's back in the house? He loves some second season football. Yeah, I know. He's played it on his channel many times. Here we go. 41 is the SB. SB is Ricky Sanders. Is he a 2 pass? He is not. No. It's gathered in by the receiver for 3 yards. So 3-yard pickup by Calvin Bryant. Oops. Put that there. 1, 2, 3. 3-yard pickup. 1, 2, 3. Calvin Bryant, 3 yards. Calvin Bryant, 3 yards. Second down and 7. 7:36 to go. Second and 7. They're going to go with a inside run to Ernest Biner. They're looking for a pass. Inside. They're looking for a pass. So maybe some good yardage. We'll see. 55 is unusual results. 45 on the unusual results. No gain, but there is a flag on the play. No gain, but a flag is down. 33. It's going to be a penalty on the offense. 5-yard penalty. It is 3B. Offsides offense. So, that is not a dead ball foul, actually. Offsides offense. They must have been lined up in the neutral zone or something, offsides. And so San Francisco will take the 0-yard gain and decline the penalty. So 0-yard gain for Ernest Biner. And it's going to bring up third down and 7. 3rd and 7. Yes, this is the same game. We finished the halftime. We got halftime. This is second half action, Bob. So they're going to decline it because there was no gain on the play. It's third down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3rd and 7. So it's going to be a short pass to Don Warren. They're looking for a pass, obviously. Short pass and a pass. 62 on the pass. His A0 pass. That's Don Griffin. He is a 1+. So no. And we're going to the Y chart. Oh no. Mark Rippon on the Y chart again. 31. That is close, but I think it's too high. I think that is too high on the Y chart. 31. 5 or more. Just barely. 26 or less, it was intercepted. 31 or higher, it's incomplete. That is the 31, so just barely incomplete. Off the fingertips of the defender, and it's going to fall incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down for Washington from their 31. They're going to punt. San Francisco scored already. Yes, sir, Tim. I can complete a game in about an hour and a half if I'm not keeping stats and not recording it. Yeah, that's part of it. Takes a long time to keep track of stats. That was an incomplete pass by Rippon. And it's going to be 4th down, so they're going to punt. And a 12 on the punt. Long punt, go to the PL column. Wow, so it's a long punt by Ralph Majeska. Mezajesko. 33 on the long PL. 33. 48 and a fair catch. 48 and a fair catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 2 yards is 48. And fair caught. 48-yard punt. Ralph Mezajenko. 48. He's had 41, 54, 32, and 48 so far. And it is San Francisco's ball at their 21-yard line. 1st down and 10. 7 minutes to go here in your 3rd quarter. And it's going to be Joe Montana. He is going to try... He's going to try Jimmy Johnson, the new tight end. He's going to try Jimmy Johnson. He's going to go short to Jimmy Johnson. And they're looking for run on the defense. So it's a short pass. Short pass versus the run. Short pass versus the run. 16. Joe Montana throws it incomplete. 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10. And he is going to try they're going to take Don Warren out. They're going to come in with their passing package. And that's going to bring in Gary Clark as the 3rd receiver. So they're going to go, or Ricky Sanders is the 3rd receiver. And they're going to bring Ricky Sanders across the middle, short pass. Ricky Sanders. And they are looking for a pass. So it is a versus a pass. Short pass versus a pass defense. That's a 12. That is going to be, let's see, Mark Rippon is a C. No, I'm sorry. I got the wrong team out there. Right. He is going to go, it would have gone to the 3rd receiver, which would have been Dexter Carter. It was a short pass to Dexter Carter. And Joe Montana is a A. And we rolled a 12. That is half of his Q rating. That's going to be 6 yards. Half of his Q rating. 6 yards. 1, 2, 3. It's 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4. 6 yards to Dexter Carter. All right, 3rd and 4. They're gonna hand it off. Roger Craig inside. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4, and they're looking for the run. Unbelievable. Inside, and they're looking for the run. Is he a run of 2? That is Alvin Walton. No. Is he running 0? No, it's not. It's going to be a 2-yard pickup. 1, 2. It's going to bring a 4th down. 2-yard pickup for Roger Craig. 2 yards. Not a 1st down. It's 4th and 2, and they're going to punt. They're going to have to punt. And we have some punts. Where the hell? Routine punts. Where are you when I need you? There you are. Routine punt. 32 plus 5 to average, and if he is a seed or better on his return, no return. It's no return. So 5 to his average. 37 plus 5 is 42. No return on the punts. 10, 20, 30, 40. 1, 2. 42-yard punt. 42-yard punt by Barry Helton. And Washington has possession. Oh, wait a minute. That's not right. It was from their line of scrimmage. 10, 20, 30, 40. 1, 2 is the 29-yard line. There we go. 29-yard line. First down and 10. 5:12 to go in the third quarter. And it's going to be Mark Rippon. He's going to step back. And he is going to look for short pass to Art Monk. And they're looking for the run. Short pass and a run. 34. Is TB a pass of 2? TB is Ed Simmons. No, he's a 1-, so no. It's going to be complete, but it's only going to be good for 2 yards. 2-yard pickup. 2-yard pickup to Art Monk. Yeah, where are you, buddy? 2 yards. There we go. 2-yard pickup. And second down and 8 for 4:36 to go in the third. 21-14. It's going to be Ernest Biner outside against the blitz. Outside versus the blitz. Is G or I a run of 2? G. Is Matt Millen? Yes, he is. Drop defender for 6-yard loss. Wow, that is huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to bring up third down and a mile. Third down and 14. They're going to try a medium pass to Gary Clark. And they're looking for the pass. Medium pass to Gary Clark. Hello, Dwayne. How are you doing? Good to see you. 64. That's an unusual play. Of course it is. 34 unusual. It's incomplete, but we have a video review. We have to go to page 81 for the video review. Video review. V3. We have to roll the dice. We have to see whether or not the booth is calling this one inside good or no good. After further review, the play stands as called incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. The play stands as called. 2 ticks off the clock. It brings up fourth down and 16, and Washington is going to have to punt this one away. Washington punter is Ralph Mazajenko. 23 for Mazajenko. Poor kick. Poor snap. Okay kick. +1 to average, but it is returnable. So his average is 39 +1 is 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. But it is returnable. So San Francisco can return it. Returnable. 33 on the return. Returns. Punt return. 33. Loses 3 to his average. And his average on Taylor's 8 - 3 is 5-yard return. So out to the 40-yard line. First down and 10. 3:24 to go for San Francisco. Ahead 21-14. Joe Montana comes back out and he's going to hand this one off. This one's going to be a handoff. And it's going to go to They're going to give it inside to Tom Rathman. Inside Tom Rathman. Defense is looking for safe. And inside run versus safe. 62 is D, a run of 0. D is Martin Mayhew. He is a run of 0. The left cornerback, they're going to the XR column. The XR column, 62 on the XR column. Is the runner's inside grade greater than A? No, it's not. He's forced out of bounds after 13 plus 3, 16-yard gain by Tom Rathman. And 1, 2, 3 ticks off the clock. 16 yards, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 yards. Tom Rathman, big blow through there. 16 yards and a first down. San Francisco at the Washington 44-yard line. First down and 10, and it's going to be Roger Craig inside this time. Roger Craig inside. And they're going up against the blitz. Inside versus the blitz. 41 is TA. A run of 0. Bubba Parrish is a 1-, and they are past the 50. So he is a 0. So yes, linebacker wrestles through the blocker for tackle. Linebacker wrestles free of the block for tackle 3 yards. So it's going to be a 3-yard pickup. 1, 2, 3. 2nd and 7. 2:12 to go here in the third quarter. Third quarter's winding down here. 2nd and 7. That was a 3-yard pickup by Craig. They're going to give him Roger Craig outside. And they're looking for a run. Unbelievable. So outside versus a run. It is 2nd down and 7. 31. Right, is TB. TB, Steve Wallace. Is he a run of 2? No. Is the fullback, Tom Rathman, a run of 2? No, neither one. The runner reverses fields dump for a 2-yard loss. Boom, boom. 2-yard loss, so -2 by Roger Craig. Brings up 3rd and 9. And 1, 2, 3. 1:28 to go here in the third quarter. And 3rd down and 9. 3rd and 9. It's going to be Jerry Rice, and he's looking for John Taylor on a short pass. They're doing safe. So short pass, what I call short pass versus safe to John Taylor. 25 is H or I, a pass of 0. H or I. Daryl Grant is a 0+. Marcus Koch is a 0+. So they're both 1s. The answer is no. It's going to be complete to a secondary receiver for how many yards? It is 7 yards. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That brings up 4th down. And there's 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 4th and 2 from the Washington 36-yard line. They're going to go for it. They're bringing in the hog mollies. Jamie Williams, tight end. They're going to bring in Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, and they're going to give it to Tom Rathman inside to pick up 2 yards here. 4th down and 2, and they're going up against the blitz. 4th down and 2. It's inside versus the blitz. Here it is. This could be for a big play of the game here. 46. Unusual results. Roll again. 62. It's a 5-yard gain and a fumble. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tom Rathman with his third fumble of the. I think we called Rathman. Do we call him Rathman? I think we called Rathman. I can't remember. Yeah, I think we called Rathman. No, I can't remember who we called. But anyways, it's 5 yards and a fumble. And we're going to the gain fumble charts. The gain fumble chart says 54. 54 is G. Alvin Collins, is he rated 2? No, he is not. So it's going to be picked up by the runner and no return. So whoever it was picked up the first down, fumbled it as he was getting hauled down, but ends up getting possession of the ball back. And it's going to be first down for San Francisco. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. We go to the fourth quarter. And the hometown crowd is on their feet. All the players holding 4 fingers up. We go to the fourth quarter. 21-14 in favor of San Francisco. And they have first down and 10 from the 31-yard line. As they get the first down, they fumble the ball, but he's able to corral it, get it back. All teams have all their timeouts. First down and 10 from the 31. It's going to be Joe Montana. He's going to step back. He's going to look for John Taylor. It's going to be a medium pass to John Taylor. Medium pass versus a blitz. Medium pass versus the blitz. 32. And we're in the fourth quarter now. In the fourth quarter, you look in the fourth quarter now, and 32 is a quarterback, a pass of 2. Joe Montana is a pass of 2. He's going to the XM column. 23. Is his Q rating greater than 7? No, it is not. It's a curl-in pattern for 25 yards and first down at the 6-yard line. John Taylor. First down, 3 ticks off the clock. 14:24 to go. First down and 10 from the 6-yard line. It's going to be, oh my gosh. It is going to be a fake handoff to Rothman. They cannot afford to him dropping the ball again. And they're going to lob it over to Jamie Williams, the backup tight end. So it's going to be a short pass to Jamie Williams. The backup tight end, Brett Jones, is out injured. Nobody suspects he's going to Jamie Williams. And they're looking for the pass. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Of course, if we would have called the run, they would have been looking for the run. First down and 10 from the 6. It's a short pass versus pass. So we look at short pass versus pass. 44. GA. Is GA Guy McIntyre? Is he a 0? No, he's a 1. So tackled after catch for half our yards. Jamie Williams is a 6, so half of 6 is 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, God. 1, 2, 3. Painful, short of the end zone. Second down and goal from the 3-yard line. Oh, boy. They're going to hand it off. It's going to... Well, no, they're not. Are they? What are they going to do? What are they going to call? That's a good question. They're going to call... They're going to call... Yep, they're going to hand it off. Roger Craig outside. Outside to Roger Craig. And they are looking for safe. Outside versus safe. from the 3-yard line. 62 is F, a run of 2. That is our Greg Minuski, who's out. Brad Wedwards, better against the pass. We've gone through that. He's in there full time because Minuski's hurt. He is a 0 against the run. It is going to be a die for yardage. What is his rating? His rating is a 0. Is he rated a 0? Yes, he gets a die for yardage, which is weird because. Okay, all right, whatever. We'll follow what it says. It's a 1-yard pickup. Are you kidding me? You couldn't write this stuff. It's now 3rd down and goal from the 2, which is weird that is a result. It was F, is he a 2? No is the answer. I'm sorry. Then they ask, is EA? EA is Jerry Rice. Is he a 0? No. Otherwise, okay, so actually, hang on. We go to the XR column. That makes more sense. I didn't see that they had EA. Is he EA a run of 0? I just thought it said, is he a run of 0? Which, yes, he was. Which, yeah, okay. Anyways, he goes to the XR column. This could be 25. That is GA or GB or either run a 0. GA, Guy McIntyre's a 2-, so he's a 1. GB is Harris Barton. He's a 1. Are either one of those a 0? No. Bust through the gap for 8 yards and a touchdown. A 2-yard plunge over the top by Roger Craig. 2 yards and a touchdown with 13:36 to go in this one. Extra point is up. And it is good. And it is 28-14 in favor of San Francisco. 28-14, 13:36 to go. Here at home, San Francisco takes the lead in the 4th quarter and will kick off to Washington. 55 on the kickoff. It is kicked out of bounds penalty. So they kick it out of bounds, which I believe means they get it 35 yards, 10, 20, 35. Maybe it's 30 yards downfield. So Washington's going to get it at their own 35. Kickoff out of bounds, so no time off the clock. Washington is down by 2 scores now. They're going to have to start lightening up a little bit, get back into this one. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to start off. They're going to do medium pass. It's going to go to Art Monk. Medium pass, Art Monk. And San Francisco up 2 scores. It's going to go to defense A now. They're going to ignore this. So go to A, which is going to be safe. So it's going to be medium versus safe. It's 14-28. San Francisco has 28. Washington is 14. 22. Possible interception. Roll again on the wide chart. Right off the bat. Wow. Possible interception. Roll again on the wide chart. So we know if it's a 26 or less, it's intercepted. We know that because Rippon is still a Y of 4. 33. It's going to be incomplete. 1 tick off the clock. 2nd down and 10. Oops. We need this. Put this out. There we go. 2nd and 10 from their 35. And it's going to be a screen pass to Jimmy Johnson. Screen pass to Jimmy Johnson. Actually, you know what? No, they're going to audible at the last second. They're going to go Ernest Biner inside. And they're looking for the pass. Ernest Biner inside versus the pass. Ernest Biner inside versus the pass. 13. Ernest Biner inside is a B. He's going to gain 1 yard. Not what you want to see there. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 9. He's going to go medium pass to Gary Clark. And they're looking for the pass. Medium pass to Gary Clark. 42 is EB, a pass of 2. EB is Art Monk. No, he's only a pass of 1. So no receiver open, incomplete. 1 tick off the clock, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 9. And it's too early to go for it. Even down 2 scores. Now, if you didn't watch Washington versus Philadelphia, I've got some spoiler information I'm about to say. So keep that in mind. You might want to mute things for a few minutes. If you did not watch that game or you don't want to know what happened in that game, the reason I'm kicking the ball away, there's 12:36 to go in the 4th quarter, and they're down by 2 scores. Washington, when they played Philadelphia, was down by 3 scores with like 4 minutes left in that game and came back and won. So plenty of time with 12:36. They're not worried about it to get 2 scores. They just played a game where they were down 3 scores with like 4 minutes in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got a turnover, scored another touchdown, got the onside kick, and scored another touchdown, all within the last couple minutes of that game. So plenty of time. They're not going to try and risk here early with 12:36 to go. That's so I just wanted to explain that because a lot of people were like, well, why the hell didn't you go for it? You're down 2 scores. Washington just came back in the game before this one when they were down. I think in the game they were down by 28 points. I have to go back and watch that one, but I know they were down 3 scores with just a couple minutes left. And I know they scored a touchdown, got an onside kick, and scored another touchdown, all within the last 2 minutes of the game. So plenty of time to do that. Of course, it's not going to happen every game, but they're kicking the ball away. So just deal with it. If you're rooting for Washington, just deal with it. 62. Ooh, not a great punt here. -6 from his average. He is 33 yards. 10, 20, 30. 1, 2, 3. Down to the 31-yard line. And if it's a return of E or better, and a return of D, so E will be no return though. That'll be one more tick off the clock. 12:24 to go. San Francisco takes over at their 31-yard line. Up by 28-14. Joe Montana and company. And they got nothing but time on their side as they're going to hand the ball off to Roger Craig. And defense is calling a safe. So it's inside to Roger Craig versus safe. Inside versus safe. Okay. 44 is TB, a run of 2. TB is because Steve Wallace, he's only a 1, so no. going to be bottled up after a 1 yard pickup, but more importantly, 3 ticks off the clock. And we got 2nd down and 9. And they're going to go inside to Rathman. Yes, they're going to give it to Rathman, even though he's fumbled it 3 times so far. And they're going to go safe, inside versus safe. And I should have just left that open. Inside versus safe. There we go. 33 is GB, a run of 0. That is Harris Barton. He's a 1, so no. Turns through traffic for 5 yards. So he had 1 yard pickup and a 5 yard pickup. So that's going to bring up 1, 2, 3. There's 11, 12 to go. 3rd down and 1, 2, 3, 4. 3rd and 4. Big play. 1st down will take off at least 3 more minutes off the clock. And they're going to give it to Joe Montana. They're going to give him a screen pass to Harry Sidney. And they're looking for the run. They're looking, 1, 2, no, I'm sorry, 4 yards. I thought it was 3 yards. 4 yards are safe. Okay, safe. So it's a screen versus safe. Screen versus safe. 3rd down and 4. 14. Joe Montana is an AA quarterback. No, I'm sorry, he's an A quarterback. So he's going to hit it for 1 die. 1 stinking die. They need 4 or more for 1st down. Of course, it's only 2 yards. 1, 2. And 3 more ticks. Unless Washington calls a timeout, it's going to be 3 more ticks. They're going to let it go. 10:26 to go. 4th and 2 from their 39. And San Francisco is going to punt it away. They're not going to do anything crazy. As a 24. Hurried kick -2 from his average, and it is a 35-yard punt. So 10, 20, 30, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So picks it up at the 26-yard line, and it is returnable. 14 on the return. -8 from his return. And he's normally a 10, so he's only going to return it 2 yards out to the 28-yard line, and Washington will take it. 1st down and 10, 1 tick off the clock, 10:24 to go. 1st down and 10 by Washington. And here we go. It's going to be, right off the bat, it's going to be a screen. We're going to switch charts. It's going to be a screen pass. And it's going to go to Calvin Bryant. And they're looking for a pass. It's a screen versus a pass. 15. And that is going to be incomplete. 1 tick off, 2nd down and 10. And this time it's going to be a short pass to Ricky Sanders. And they're looking for a pass. .32. EC. Don War. Well, it's Jimmy Johnson in there. Is he a 2? No, he's not. Is the SB or the fullback a pass of 0? No. Ricky Sanders is a 1. The fullback is a 2. I'm sorry, he's a 1. So, it would be, so the answer is there one a 0? It's going to be 1/2 R yards. So that was, let's see, who we were throwing it to? Clark. So that's going to be 7 yards. 3rd down and 3. And they're going to go kind of hurry up instead of 3 ticks. It's just going to be 2 ticks off the clock. So 3rd down and 3 from their 35-yard line. Whoa, they are going to give it to Ernest Biner inside They're playing safe defense. Inside, safe. Can they make the first down? 41. Is GA a run of 2? Russ Grimm is a 2 minus. He's still on his side of the 50, so he is a 2. He's going in the XR column. Good block by Russ Grimm. Opens the hole. 63. 63 is his inside grade. A B or better. This was inside run to Ernest Biner. He is a B. So yes, he's going to the go, go, go chart. It's a go, go, go chart. He is going, going, going. 35 on the go, go, go. 35 plus 4. 39-yard pickup by Ernest Biner as he gets free. 39 yards. 10, 20, 30, 40. Minus 1 is 39. He's going to take it down the 26-yard line. First down and 10. 2 ticks off the clock. 9:24 to go. See, I told you, plenty of time. Plenty of time. 26-yard line. And it's first down and 10 for Washington. As Ernest Biner rips a big one. They caught San Francisco looking for that short pass. And Ernest Biner right up the middle. Dodged one tackle and it was off to the races. Finally tracked down by Chet Brooks and Darren Ballard. But after a 39-yard pickup, and at the 26-yard line, first down and 10, and Ernest Biner's headed to get some oxygen on the sideline. Calvin Bryant will come in for him, and it's going to be a screen pass. Calvin Bryant, and they're looking for the pass, of course. I tried to do something fancy, and that's what happens. 34 is EA, a pass of 0. That's Gary Clark. No, he's a 2 minus, so he's a 1. So he's going to weave through the defenders for 8 yards. Weave through for 8 more yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-yard pickup. Second down, 2 ticks off. 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And it's 2nd and 2 from the 18. 2nd and 2. Ernest Biner comes back in. No, Gerald Riggs comes back in. And yes, God damn it, I'm going to do this until Gerald Riggs gets something other than a -1 on a run. He has run 4 times for -1, -1, -1, -1. We're going to give it to Gerald Riggs until he freaking gets a yard. He needs 2 yards. Gerald Riggs inside, please. Hello. Against the blitz. Okay, here we go. Against the blitz. Inside to Gerald Riggs versus the blitz. 52 is E, a run of 2. That is Bill Romanowski. No, he is not. He charges through the line for a 9-yard pickup and a first down to the 9-yard line. We have an injury on the play. Injury on the play. We go to the injury charts. We've already had, we had Brett Jones out for the rest of the game. Greg Minuski out for the rest of the game. Let's see what happens this time. 62. Defender G. That is Matt Millen. Oh, boy. Matt Millen is injured on the play. Matt Millen. 66. He's gone. He's gone for the rest of the playoffs. Matt Millen gone. That's not true. Hang on. He's out this game plus a number of games equal to the die roll. 3 more games. So yeah, even if San Francisco goes to the Super Bowl, Bill Romanowski will not be playing in it. I'm sorry, Matt Millen will not be playing in it. Injured out. ROS. Injured out. Rest of season, Matt Millen. So Matt Millen out. And here's the damn shame, right? You can see Matt Millen is the defender in G on all the run plays. On a pass play, Eric Davis would come in and defend because he's, obviously a better defender against the pass. And the way San Francisco's been defending the pass. Well, this time they called a blitz. Remember? They called the blitz. So they had their run defense in. They didn't have their pass defense in. And so instead of Eric Davis out for the rest of the season, it's Matt Millen, who's your better run defender. Anyways, that's just a side note. It's going to be Eric Davis all the time now, even when it's not a pass, because he's as good as Keena Turner. So he's going to be in there all the time in spot G. But it's first down and 2 on the clock, 8:36 to go. Washington has it first down and 10 from the 9-yard line, and it's going to be Mark Rippon. He's going to look for Gary Sanders in the back edge of the end zone, and they're blitzing again. Oh boy! So it's going to be a short versus a blitz. Short versus a blitz. 14 is going to be incomplete. Second down and 10 from the 9. And it's going to be a short pass. This time they're going to Don Warren. And they're looking for a pass. Of course they are. So it's going to be a short versus a pass. Second down and goal from the 9. I don't think we took a thing off the clock from that incomplete pass. So if I did, remind me in the chat. So I'm going to take off one tick. It's going to be 8:24. I'm not sure we did that. Short pass to Don Warren. 31. All right, is GB. GB is Raleigh McKenzie. He is a 1. Is TA. That's Jim was saying is a 2. Are either 1 or 0? No. No. Protection holds. He's going to dump it off to SB, which is going to be, he's going to dump it off to Ricky Sanders. He's going to dump it off to Ricky Sanders for 1 die of yardage. 6 yards. Holy cow. You think I did. Okay, so I will take that time back off. So 8:36 to go. And it is going to be second down and goal from the 3-yard line. Second and goal. And now I will take a tick off the clock. 8:24 to go. So second and goal from the 3-yard line. And they're going to give it to Ernest Biner on the inside. He won't fumble it at the 3-yard line. Denver. I'm sure Ernest Biner would not fumble this on the 3-yard line. I think he learned his lesson. Give a guy a break, seriously, we're going to have this conversation. You guys have to get over it, right? You have to get over it. A man makes a mistake, he amends for it. He does everything he possibly can, and people, all they want to do is remember that one moment. Get over it. Let it go. Look at all the good things that happen after that. Look at the glass half full, my friends. 3-yard line, Ernest Biner inside. We got to find out what defense they're running here. From the 3-yard line. And they're looking for safe. Okay, so it is a inside safe combo. Inside and safe. Ernest Biner. 53 is K, a run of 2. K is Pierce Holt, and he's in there to try and stop the run, but no, he's not a 2. Is he a 0? No, he is not a 0. He's actually, Pierce Holt is a 1. So, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Let's stop for. Is K a run of 2? No. Is EA? We're doing this blocking thing again. We're looking for the blocking wide receiver. Is he run rated a 0? Gary Clark, EA, is rated a 1. Gary Clark is rated a 1. So the answer to that question is no. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't be falling down on me like that. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So it's going to be 8 yards and a touchdown to Ernest Biner. What did I tell you? You got to give the man a break, man. He just scored you a freaking touchdown from the 2-yard line. Forget that he dropped the ball when it mattered. It matters now. He scores a touchdown. 1 tick off the clock. 8:12 to go. What did I tell you? Plenty of time in this one. And they're an extra point away from dropping this down to 1-score game. Extra point is 52. Extra point 52 is good. And it is a 21-28 ball game with 8:12 to go in this one. Plenty of time. And the kickoff by Washington. Here we go. 63-48. And it's going to the second. He scripted again. 48. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Minus 2. It gets it to the 17. His secondary returner, which is going to be Don Griffin. Don Griffin, the returner. 31. 31 is 3 from his average. He's only a 15, so that's only a 12-yard return. 10, 11, 12. He's going to get it to the 29-yard line. 1 tick off the clock. 8 minutes to go in this one. San Francisco, first down and 10. Joe Montana comes out. The hometown crowd on their feet, cheering on their beloved 49ers. Can they hold on here? 28-21, 8 minutes to go from their 29-yard line. It's going to be Joe Montana. He's going to hand it off to Roger Craig. Outside Roger Craig. They are looking for a safe. Outside versus a safe. $36 is EB, a run of 2. EB. That's going to be John Taylor. He is a 0. No. So dumped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. Oof. Dumped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. 1-2. They were all over that one. And San Francisco is going to slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks off the clock. So 7:12 to go. They can run 40 seconds off the clock unless Washington uses timeouts. So it's 2nd down and 12. It's now Joe Montana, and they're going to give it screen pass, Dexter Carter. Screen pass, Dexter Carter. And they're looking for the pass. Screen pass versus a pass. Dexter Carter. 2nd down. 43 is TA, a pass of 2. That is Bubba Parrish. No, again, caught, but stacked up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. No gain. And Washington is going to call a timeout. So only 1 tick off the clock is going to make it. And are they? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to let them. They're going to 3rd down. Yep, they're going to do. They hate to call it on 2nd down and then have them get a 1st down on 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 12. It's going to have to be a medium pass to Jerry Rice. It's just got to be. And of course, they're looking for a blitz. Actually, oh boy. So Washington. Oh, wait a minute. We got the wrong thing there. So it is, what is it? It's a medium versus a blitz. Medium versus a blitz. Trying to go to Jerry Rice. 6:24 to go in this one. 34 Is EA a pass of 2? That's Jerry Rice. He is a pass of 2. He's going to catch it for our yards, and that is 15 yards and a first down. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and a first down. That's why he didn't want to call the timeout on second down. And they can really bleed this clock now. 1, 2, 3, 4, down to 5:36 before they need to snap it. Oof Lamone, a 15-yard pickup to Jerry Rice on a perfect play. And it's going to now be Roger Craig time. Roger Craig inside, Roger Craig outside. It's going to be, we'll go inside, keep the clock running. And they're looking for a safe. Inside, safe. $51 is C, a run of 2. Alvin Walton, no, he is not. We're going to the XR column. Oh boy. And it's a 44. Is A, B, C, or D a run of 2? A, Darrell Green, no. B, Todd Bowles, no. C, Alvin Walton, no. D, Martin Mayhew, no. All of their free safety cornerbacks. Nobody's good at the run. So that is no and no and no. And that is going to be tackled in the secondary for 11 yards and a first down. And that, that's brutal. Because again, they can 1, 2, 3, 4. They can take it down to the 4:48 mark. Unless Washington starts using some timeouts. They're going to wait until they get a play here. They need a play. First down and 10, San Francisco at the Washington 47. Huge play by Roger Craig and Jerry Rice. And now it's Joe Montana. He is going to pitch it to Roger Craig. And it is, Yep, it's going to be Roger Craig inside again. Play smart. Roger Craig inside. Defense says run. So inside versus run. That's blitz. I don't want blitz. I want run. There we go. Inside versus the run. 33. Is the fullback a run of 0? No, Tom Rathman's a 1. Smashes through for 5 yards. Says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down to 42. Second down and 5. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. They can take it down to the 5-minute mark before they need to snap it. Second and 5. And it's going to be Roger Craig inside. And they are blitzing. Yep, they need a loss on this play. 44. Is SB a run of 0? SB, Roger Craig, no. Actually, yes. SB, Roger Craig, believe it or not. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Roger Craig is a 1-, which means on the 42-yard line of your opponents, he goes from a 1 to a 0. So Roger Craig actually is a 0. We're at 44. So poor block results in a 1-yard pickup. So it is now second down. And 1, 2, 3, 4. They can take it down to the 4:12 mark. And second down and 9. It's going to be, you know what? We're going to go short pass, John Taylor. And they were looking for the run. Short pass versus a run. Uh-oh, 44. Is TV a pass of 0? No, that's Steve Wallace. He is a pass. Yes, oh my God. He's a 1- as well. So blown block, hurried throw, incomplete, and that's going to stop the clock. Just what Washington, holy cow, just what Washington needed. It is now 4 minutes, and they didn't have to waste the timeout. It is third down. 1, 2, 3, 4 yards to go. Third and 4. Right? I think it should be 3rd and 5. I think they gained 5 yards on first down. I'm pretty sure. Was it 5 yards or 6 yards? I think I gained 5 yards. I think this got moved when I set the book down. Maybe. I think. Anyways, there's 4 minutes. I know it's third down. I know there's 4 minutes left to go. It's either 5 yards or 4 yards to go for third down. And they're gonna do. What do they do? Do they 5 yards? Okay, that's what I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it should be 3rd and 5. What are they gonna do? 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 They're gonna bring in Harry Sidney, and they're gonna give a screen pass to Harry Sidney. What? Harry Sidney? Yes, the Harry Sidney. And they're looking for the blitz. So it's a screen pass versus the blitz. 13, that's Joe Montana, who is an A. And a 13 is 1 die of yardage. So a 5 or a 6, it's a first down. Otherwise, it's short. It's a 5! Are you kidding me? You can't write this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They bring out the sticks. First down! And again, they can bleed the clock. And they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. They can snap the ball with 3:12 to go in the game. First down and 10. And it's going to be a inside run to Roger Craig. And they're blitzing. Of course, they have to blitz. 44 is SB, a run of 0. SB, Roger Craig is a 0 again. Oh my gosh. Only 1 yard. We had this one before. And 1, 2, 3. They can take it to 2:24 mark. Second down and 9. Roger Craig outside. And they're looking for the run. Outside run and a run. 24. All right. Is E or K a run of due? E. Wilbur Marshall is a 1+, so yes. Drag down runner for 5-yard loss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're going to timeout. Washington uses a timeout, so only 1 tick. That makes it third down and a bunch. 15, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 yards. Third and 14. We're just going to give it Roger Craig inside. And Washington is going to look for the run. Are you kidding me? If I would have called a pass, you knew that wouldn't have come up. So it's inside versus a run. They need 14 yards to keep things going. 34. Is TB a run of 0? TB is Steve Wallace. No. Turns forward for 4 tough yards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it hits the 2-minute warning. Fourth down from the 37-yard line. 37, 47, 49, 51, 52, 53, 54-yard field goal. The field goal, and Mike Kofer is only an A. So to make a field goal, he needs a 22 or less. 22 or less to make the field goal. Otherwise, it is no good. 37-yard line, 2 minutes to go. Washington still has 2 timeouts. Well, it is going to be. What are they going to do? That's a 2-minute warning. They are definitely taking their time. They're thinking about what they want to do here. If they coffin corner, make Washington go the long way, or do you go for the field goal and try to get that score on the board? But if you miss it, it's going to be back, I believe, 1993. It's actually, it's the line of scrimmage. You don't lose that extra yardage. 1994 to present, it was the spot of the kick. So they would just give Washington the ball at the 37-yard line. They still need to go most of the field. They are going to go for the kick. They're going to go for the kick. It's Mike Kofer. After debating and thinking about it, they're going for the kick. Here it is, Mike Kofer. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. It is 24. And oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Wait a minute. 37, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. He's an A kicker. He kicked it 52. It's no good. It's off the crossbar and bounces back into play. Are you kidding me? No good by 2 yards. Wow. Okay. But that is one little tick off the clock, and Washington gets possession at the 37. And it's first down and 10. They're going hurry up. And I'm not even going to pull cards anymore because we know they're going pass defense. So it's just pass defense unless I change otherwise. And we're just going to go short pass to, let's go short pass to Gary Clark. Let's try that. Let's start off with a short pass versus a pass to Gary Clark. 26. Is TB Ed Simmons or the quarterback a pass to? No. Neither one. It's going to be complete, though, for 3 yards. 1, 2. Come here, you. 3 yards. Come here, you. Second down. And 2 ticks off the clock as they are in the hurry up. Second down and 7. It's going to be short pass. They're going to look for Don Warren. Short pass, Don Warren. Uh-oh, 66. Is the home team on offense? No, they are not. Swarming home defense, incomplete pass. 1 tick off the clock is going to bring up third down and 7, just like that. And they're going to go short pass to Ricky Sanders. Short pass, Ricky Sanders. 25. Is J or K a pass of 2? J is Jim Burt. No. Is K. That is Dennis Brown. He's a 1. Jim Burt's a 1. So neither one of them, no. It is going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up fourth down just like that. And just 1 tick off the clock. They need 7. It's going to go to Art Monk. Short pass to Art Monk. Looking for 7 yards. 14 is going to be incomplete. Incomplete. Just 1 tick off the clock. And San Francisco takes over at the 40-yard line with 1:12. It's with 2 timeouts. It's not over. It's not over yet. On first down, obviously, they're going to kneel down. So they lose a yard and a tick off the clock and a timeout. Second down, same thing. They're going to kneel down. One tick off the clock. Bring up third down, another timeout. And they're going to kneel down on third down. And it's going to take off from 56 all the way to 16. Because they can't call timeouts. So they need to snap the ball with 16 seconds left. And they're just going to... That was third down. That was third down. So it makes it fourth down. They're going to have to punt with 16 seconds left. So unless this is a huge return or a block kick or something crazy, it's going to be a routine punt. 34. Blocked. Return for a touchdown. Oh my God. You can't believe. Oh my. No, I'm just kidding. It's +1 to his average. He's just going to punt the thing into the end zone and whatever. 43. What's his average? His average is 39. He rolled a 34, so +1. He's 40 yards. He's at the 43. They get it at the 3-yard line. What's the return on that? 34. It is returnable. Oh, and there's a penalty flag. Of course there is, but it is returnable. Return. 23 minus 6 from his return, which is going to give him 8 minus. Yeah, that's. Oops. That is going to be Joe Johnson. Minus 8 from 10 is 2 yards. But there's a penalty flag down, which we need to roll for on the kick. $56 on a kicking play, 5C. Offense, 10 yards. Illegal use of hands. And yes, they're going to make them re-kick it. They're going to make them re-kick it. Actually, they can't because there's not going to be enough time because that's going to take 1 tick off for that punt. If they make them re-kick it, that'll be the last play of the game. So they can either have it enforced from the 4-yard line, get the 10 yards. But if they make them re-kick it, they will, there'll be no, they'll have to hope for a return. So their better chances throwing the Hail Mary pass. So obviously they're going to go long. They're going to try a long pass. They got to do something. They got to go long. Gary Clark, they're just going to heave-ho. Obviously, they're going to play with 8 seconds to go. Obviously, they're going to play pass defense. It's going to be a heave-ho by Mark Rippon. They're at their 14-yard line. 25 is the fullback or GB. A pass of 0. No, neither one. Quarterback runs. Go to page 12 and re-roll. That is not what you want to see if you're a Washington fan. Mark Rippon has to run the ball. Let's see. 86 yards for the touchdown. 56 is the home team on offense. No, he's not. He's goes for 88 yards and a touchdown. Oh, no, wait. Swarmed after 2 yards short of the first down. He swarmed under. And that's going to do it. The Washington Redskins cannot come back. And San Francisco wins at home 28-21 against the Redskins. And that does it. We can update our little cheat sheet here on Where is our cheat sheet? Mm-hmm. We can update our cheat sheet. Where is our cheat sheet? Cheat sheet. I think it's in the sports section, probably second season. Probably do it by date modified, and we can do the 1990 playoffs. There we go. And we can take San Francisco's helmet, copy and paste it. Paste. There we go. And they move on to face the winner of the New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints. The winner of that game will take on San Francisco in San Francisco. And if it's the Giants, it'll be just like it was in real life. This game was actually like it was in real life. Actually, you guys can't see it because I'm dumb and forgot to share with you. Boop. Get rid of that. Let's create a new screenshot. Let me create a new one. We can update our screenshot. There we go. Screenshot 2. There we go. All right. Image. Screenshot 2. And there it is. There's our new updated sheet. So just like in real life, Washington beat Philadelphia, went out to San Francisco, and San Francisco played Washington and beat Washington in real life. So the bottom of that bracket, the bottom bracket in the National League is just like it was in real life. The top bracket is all wrong. In real life, the Bears beat the Saints and went to face the Giants in New York. So we'll see if the Saints' unlikely run can continue, and they might be able to beat the Giants and go face off against San Francisco. And you think, oh, big deal. If the Saints beat the Giants, San Francisco's going to kill them. For those of you who forget, in 1990, the Saints played San Francisco. I think it was like the second last game of the season and beat them. And they played San Francisco in the first game of the season and they lost by like 1 or 2 points. So they beat San Francisco just 2 weeks ago and they lost to San Francisco earlier in the season, but it was only by like 1 or 2 points. So if the Saints somehow can get by the Giants, it is not over, my friends. It is not over. That's why they play the games. And yeah, I wouldn't think either, the Saints, would stand a chance. But so I just was like, oh, I wonder what would happen if the Saints ended up playing San Francisco. So I looked it up. Go look it up. 1990, my friends. The Saints and San Francisco. They played San Francisco really tight. It was like 13-12 was the final score or something when they lost. And they beat them like 17-14 or something. They were both low-scoring games. So the Saints can hang with them. But they still have to get by the Giants first. And, of course, over in the AFC, we got the Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. They're taking on the winner of the Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins again in the bracket down there. That is what happened in real life. Miami went to Kansas City, beat Kansas City, and moved on and played Buffalo in Buffalo. So that is, again, in real life. And the top part of the American League bracket is all messed up because in real life, Cincinnati went out to Los Angeles. And if you don't remember, Los Angeles played Cincinnati. And that is the game that Bo Jackson dislocated his hip when he got tackled by, I think it was number 56 or 57 for Cincinnati. I forget his name, but he tackled Bo Jackson from behind and dislocated his hip. And that was obviously the start of the downfall of Bo Jackson when Cincinnati went out to Los Angeles and played them out there in Los Angeles. But in our replay, Houston has already defeated Los Angeles. Great game. Go check it out if you haven't. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Great game. Topsy-turvy, back and forth. Will the Raiders win? Will they not? Obviously, they lose, but it was a great game. It was for those of you who watched it, But if you didn't, you might want to, mute everything for a little bit. But Houston was up 17. No, they were up 20-0 at halftime. The Raiders scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and took a 21-20 lead with literally 30 seconds left in the game. So they were up a point. And it was Warren Moon and company were on like their own 30, 40-yard line or something, needing like another maybe 20 yards for a field goal attempt. And it was third down. There was like 8 seconds left. And the Raiders were called for a 15-yard penalty. And it gave the Oilers one more chance for a field goal after the 15 yards. And they ended up making the field goal and beat them. Otherwise, they would have had to throw a Hail Mary like the Raiders or like the Redskins had to. So the only reason Houston is still alive, Houston, I mean, if you're a betting man, put everything you have on Houston winning this tournament, because the first game against Cincinnati, they literally should have been knocked out of the playoffs on the very last play of the game. The very last play of the game, Cincinnati is down, 3-4 points or whatever. They throw a Hail Mary. No, I'm sorry. It was tied. Cincinnati and Houston were tied. I don't remember the score. They were tied. Cincinnati threw a Hail Mary from like the 50-yard line and, trying for the Hail Mary. It was caught in the end zone for a touchdown. But wait, we rolled a review. So the result was a touchdown, but a review, and we rolled on the review, and it was overturned, incomplete pass. So Cincinnati literally had the game won until the review took the game away from them against Houston. And then in overtime, Houston ended up kicking a field goal or got a touchdown or something in overtime. If you haven't watched the game, you need to go watch that one. It was unfreaking believable. Then the second game, they're killing the Raiders. The Raiders can't do anything. The Raiders come storming back with 3 touchdowns in like 5 minutes. They take the lead. Houston's shell-shocked. They can't do anything. And then all of a sudden, the Raiders give them a 15-yard penalty, and they kick a field goal, and they move on to face either Buffalo or Miami. What craziness. I'm telling you, this is craziness. Hell of a game. Yeah, that was a hell of a game, all right. So there you go. That is our updated sheet. San Francisco takes out Washington 28-21. Joe Montana and company in the first half, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Kept Washington in the game. I think San Francisco was the better team, and I think they should have beat Washington. It's just Washington was in the game because of all the bad things that were happening to San Francisco, which is, that's how you win, right? And I'd love to see the Saints and either the Giants take on San Francisco, because we all remember, right? I believe San Francisco was coming off back-to-back Super Bowl wins, going for the three-peat, and they were all jockey and cocky and, we're going to win another one, and it's a foregone conclusion. We're at home. Nobody can beat us. And everybody in the world, except for San Francisco fans, was rooting against them. And, of course, that's when the Giants and Matt Barr kicked 5 field goals, and where, what's his name? Was it Marshall for the Giants? When Joe Montana went and scrambled and then dodged the one guy and then went back to throw it, and Marshall came in and smacked him and took him out of the game. And then Steve Young comes in cold and fumbled the ball right off the bat, and the Giants picked it up, and then they ended up kicking the winning field goal. Y'all remember that, right? Yeah. And does everybody remember? It wasn't even Mark Sims at quarterback then. It was Jeff Hostetler. Oh, I hate that name, Jeff Hostetler, because, of course, I was a 23-year-old 23-year-old living in Buffalo at the time. And of course, Bills Mania was going on at the time. It was crazy. And of course, at the time, it was like, can they make it to their first Super Bowl? And it was, my daughter was just born. And she was born, let's see, she was like, she was just born, I think she was just born. Like she was 1 or 2. And so, yeah, it was Bills Mania. We were teaching my daughter football, and her first words, actually, her first words she ever said was touchdown. So, from hearing touchdown all the time from watching the Bills games. So, yes. So, anyways, Bills Mania. Growing up in Western New York, a Bills fan, and watching them get to the Super Bowl, and then the name Mark Hostetler. Oh, that name. I don't blame Scott Norwood. Everyone likes to blame Scott Norwood for that missed field goal. It should not have even gotten to that point. The Bills had opportunities, my friends. 3 opportunities that I remember that stands out. Dave Meggett on a screen pass, like in the middle of the fourth quarter, and 2 defenders had a chance to tackle him short of the first down, make him kick, and no. He squirmed between them and reached, and he fought for every stinking inch like you're supposed to, and the Bills didn't put the effort in. Then there was the play in the second quarter when the Bills came in, Bruce Smith on the sack of Hostetler in the end zone, and you can actually watch the replay where Hostetler's turning and Bruce Smith is going to swat the ball out of his hand, and he actually swats the ball out of the guy's hand, and he ends up cradling the ball, the football, in like his arm, not in his hand, and that's when he's tackled. If the Bills would have got him to fumble the ball, recovered it for a touchdown there. He was in the end zone. It was a safety, but I mean, it's a difference of 5 points instead of, 2 points. It could have been 7 instead of 2. So I remember that play. It was like a perfect storm where the Bills were the better team. All around, the Bills were a better team, but the worst thing that happened was their championship game against the Los Angeles Raiders in Buffalo. It was over before halftime. It was 51-3. I remember watching that game like it was, it was like yesterday. I remember the Raiders on the sidelines, going into halftime. It was already like, I don't know, 38-0 or 38-3 or whatever it was. And they're all just shaking and freezing, because it was January in Buffalo and they didn't want to be there anymore. And I knew right then and there, I said, there is no way they're coming back. They don't want to be there. They don't want to play. And so the Bills had such an easy time in their championship game. They were going in thinking, oh, man, we're going to, they weren't even, how many people remember the Bills were favorites against the Giants to win the Super Bowl? They were the better team. They should have won. Hey, Doug, how you doing? Good chat, good game, second season. Yeah, I'm just reliving my, this is why I chose 1990. This is probably one of my favorite seasons, obviously being a Bills fan, right? And watching them grow, right? Watching them grow from a playoff team, watching Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and, Andre Reed, Bruce Smith, watching them grow, working, it took them a couple seasons, together to get to the point where I remember it was the game against the Cleveland Browns. Like, I think that was the 1989 season where the Bills just didn't grow as a team enough to overcome what they, to make it to the Super Bowl is extremely hard, and it's something you need to learn. You can't just wing it and then end up in the Super Bowl. It just doesn't happen that way. And the Bills, I remember they lost one year in the playoffs to Cincinnati in that stupid Ickey Woods. And then I remember the game against the Cleveland Browns when Jim Kelly had that perfect pass to, I can't remember the name. I think it was Don Smith in the end zone, and he dropped it, which would have gave the Bills the lead. And then I remember every stinking play they would either throw it or hand it off to Thurman Thomas, and all my friends at the time were Cleveland fans. And of course, they were rooting for Cleveland, and they couldn't stand Thurman Thomas. And they were just cussing every time. Why doesn't somebody cover that guy? And go back and watch. That was the game that Thurman Thomas put his stamp on the league and said, watch out for me next season. And that was when the next season, when he had over 2,000 combined rushing and passing yards and led the team. That was kind of his breakout game against Cleveland. I remember it was driving my friends crazy. Like, why can't you cover this guy? Why can't you tackle this guy? And it was just great. But then, of course, in the end, the Bills couldn't get over that hump. And so finally they get the season in 1990 where they get home field advantage. Everyone's got to go through Buffalo in the snow and the cold. And this is what our team was built for. And of course, where was Super Bowl 25? Anyone who remembers where Super Bowl 25 was? It wasn't in the frigid cold Buffalo. Of course, it was right up the street here in Tampa. The worst area for Buffalo to go for the Super Bowl was Tampa. They needed it cold. They needed it wet. They needed some kind of advantage where they can get their receivers, give them the advantage. And it was the grass turf up here in Tampa. Oh, it was the worst. It was the worst. And of course, the Bills are doing really good this season. So, we keep crossing our finger because earlier in the season, right, they defeated Kansas City because obviously Kansas City is beating them 2 years in a row, or 3 years they've knocked them out of the playoffs now in a row. It's been the Bills in Kansas City, and they've always had to go to Kansas City. Earlier in the season, I circled the Bills at Kansas City. If they can somehow win that game and they end up tied at the end of the season, then Buffalo gets home field advantage, and they need, 1990 proves it. If you have home field advantage, especially a team that's learning how to get to the Super Bowl, and this is where the Bills are. Kansas City's been there. They've done that. They know how to do it. The Bills need to be at home so they can learn how to get to the Super Bowl. That's why the Bills went to 4 Super Bowls in a row, because the teams they were playing, this is my own philosophy, it takes a while to learn how to win in the playoffs. It's not easy. People think, we're a better team and this, that, and the other thing. And those are the teams that always lose. It's super hard to win in the playoffs, and you have to learn how to do and what you need to do. And the Bills need to be at home so they can learn how to do that. And maybe this year they might, hopefully, be able to break through. But Kansas City, like I said, Kansas City now, they know how hard it is. That's why they keep going back. Just like the Bills in 1990, 91, 92, 93. Because the Bills are playing teams that had never done it. And it's hard to do it. Trust me, my friends. It is hard to do it. So, that's our next game coming up. The Bills at home against the Dolphins. Of course, I'm going to have all kinds of bias going on and going into that game. But, we will do our best and honest for Miami. But obviously, we're going to be rooting for the Bills. And then, of course, the Bills-Houston is going to be an epic clash, which never happened, right? Never happened. In 1990, it didn't happen. But everybody remembers what happened in 1993 when the Bills played Houston. And it was the greatest comeback in now playoff history. We can't say in National Football League history, because this year, 2022, Minnesota came back and from 30 points down and won. So now they have the record for the biggest comeback of all time. But the Bills still have the record for the biggest comeback in playoff history against, of course, the Houston Oilers. And that was an epic, epic game as well. So, anyways, that's where we stand with our 1990 tournament. Kind of some history and some, for those of you just trying to get some of your memory banks working there. And maybe you'll check out a few of the, you can check out the videos on YouTube still and relive and remember some of these. You remember that game? What a game. Yes, I remember. I literally, the Bills had gone to 3 straight Super Bowls. They were going for 4. No, this is, I think the greatest comeback was in their third, right? So they had gone to 2 Super Bowls. They were going to third, and they facing the Oilers, and it was 28-3 at halftime. And what we always did was for my daughter's rooms, because I had 2 daughters at the time then, we would mount some winterize their windowsills so keep all the cold air out. We had these like big plexiglass sheets and some plexiglass, and we just screwed in the plexiglass, and it had kind of some styrofoam in there, and we kind of keep the air from coming in, just for winterizes. So I was so mad. I was like, okay, I'm just going to go put up 28-3. The game's over. The Bills are playing like crap. Jim Kelly isn't even starting. It's Frank Reich. The team's playing like crap. I'm like, okay, this game is over. I'm gonna go put the things up in the daughter's rooms, and I did it during halftime. But by the time I got done, it was like an hour project. But halftime was half an hour. I came back down. It was towards the end of the third quarter, and all of a sudden it was like 28-14, and it was like, all right, well, I guess we'll watch the rest of it. And then, of course, it was like a completely different game. The Bills couldn't do anything wrong, and Houston couldn't do anything right. And of course, then we had the comeback, and then the overtime, and yeah, it was awesome. That was like one of the games. I was like, damn, why didn't I have faith? Why didn't I have faith? So, anyways, that is San Francisco 28-21 over Washington. That's what we're here for. We got the next game is the Bills and the Dolphins. What an epic clash this is going to be. This is Dan Marino, and it was just like I'm telling you, cold weather affects people differently if you're not used to it, right? Miami players, when they went up to Buffalo and it was cold and it was windy and it was snowy, and Bruce Smith came out of the locker room before the game. He was wearing just a t-shirt, and they're all freezing their asses off, and he's walking around in a t-shirt. And they said, "Oh, it didn't affect us at all." Yeah, it did. It did. Because they couldn't do. As good as Miami was during the regular season, and as good as Dan Marino was, the Dolphins didn't have a great defense, and the Jim Kelly and their offense, I think it was 34-24. The Bills ended up winning. So it was a good game, but I think the Bills just had better desire to be there than the Dolphins. I think if Miami would have been at home and the Bills had to travel to Miami, probably the Dolphins win. That's why every game in the regular season is super important. Super important because it determines who you play in the playoffs. And that's why the Bills Kansas City game was so crucial. And when the Bills lost to the Jets, like two games later, it was devastating because it's like you win the game you need to win, and there's certain games that you have to win, and then you can't lose to a team that is inferior because that takes that special win that you have to win away, because then you lose that advantage. You fought for that advantage and then you just gave it away. So, whew. So anyways, chat over Super Bowl 25 Who remembers? Of course, that was when the week of Operation Desert Storm took off, right, in Iraq, right? And we had Whitney Houston singing the Star Spangled Banner at the beginning of the game. And of course, it was the Giants and the Bills. And it was, America's teams and the pageantry and the flags and the flyover and all that stuff. All that hurt the Bills, right? You're the better team. Anything the other team can get to get all riled up is going to hurt the team that's better. When you're better than your opponent, they know you're better and you just play better. But when your opponent gets all riled up, then they play better. Then they don't think that you're the better team. And that's what happened. The Bills, they didn't get off to a great start. New York got motivated with all this pageantry going on. It was a storm of bad things. The Bills had to go to Tampa, number one, which I didn't think was a good setup for them. Number two, it was the Giants, who nobody gave them any, because again, San Francisco, 2 Super Bowls in a row, they're going for a three-peat. Nobody can stop them. And the Giants somehow, some way managed. I was thinking it was going to be, remember, the Bills had played earlier that Sunday. And so it was the Giants in San Francisco to see who was playing Buffalo. And I was already, it's San Francisco. And man, I thought. So I was rooting for the Giants. I said, there's no way Buffalo can beat San Francisco. You got these new to the Super Bowl versus a team that's been there twice in a row and has destroyed the two competitions. I'm like, wow. But I at that point, I was just happy they were making it, right? So I was like, even if they get killed in the Super Bowl, that's fine. That is fine. But then when the Giants somehow upset them, I'm like, holy crap, the Bills are like a 4-point favorite. They could do this. They can freaking do this. And then, of course, Desert Storm happened and the world turned upside down. They didn't, of course, cancel the Super Bowl, but of course, then he had, like I said, that pageantry and Star Spangled Banner and the big uproar. And the Giants just, they got motivated and the Bills didn't from it. And I'm like, it was a storm of bad things that happened. And I don't blame Scott Norwood. I mean, people miss field goals all the time. It was not an easy field goal. Again, if people, I think, forget that just before the field goal, they had it at like the 31-yard line, and they had a false start on one of the players, and it sent it back 6 yards. So instead of a 43-yard field goal, it's a 49-yard field goal, something crazy like that. So it's like, yeah, the team didn't have what it takes to win. And then you saw it in the next Super Bowl too. Washington was just the better team. Washington was a way better team. And then, of course, then you take on Dallas Cowboys twice in a row. And of course, the Cowboys at that point were a juggernaut. So you took on a lot of people make fun of the Bills and the 4 Super Bowl losses, and and it's a damn shame and blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. The Bills should have won the first one. I think they were a better team than the Giants. But they also then placed Washington, which was one step away from the Super Bowl in this series, right? In this season, they were just one step away. They just hadn't learned how to win. Next season, they were dominant. Washington was, in 1991, they were dominant. And of course, also in 1991, very good team was the Cowboys with Troy Aikman and Irvin at receiving and Emmitt Smith at running back. But they hadn't developed like the Bills. It took them a few years to mesh together, right? But the Cowboys were a really good team. So they took on Washington, which was, I think, the Washington in 91 if they would have taken on San Francisco, the 1990 San Francisco, I think Washington would have crushed them. They were go back and watch Mark Rippon in 1991. He couldn't miss a pass. And every 5 seconds, Sanders was open, or Art Monk, or Gary Clark. The Three Amigos, remember the Three Amigos? I remember they had that little dance thing in the end zone, which used to drive me crazy. Oh, hated that. So they took on Washington, which was a juggernaut in 1991. And I think Washington, against Buffalo, Washington was like a 6 or 7 point favorite. Everyone thought they were a better team, and they were. And then they took on the Cowboys 2 seasons in a row, and the Cowboys were a dominant team, just like San Francisco. So even though they lost 4 in a row, I think they should have won the first one and then lost the last 3. I think Washington and Dallas were the better teams, way better than Buffalo. And yeah, they just got unlucky with the first one. So yeah, they should have won one. I think they should have beat the Giants, but you got to give credit to the team that wins, right? Just like the Giants who beat New England, nobody gave them a shot there against New England, who was going for the perfect season, and the Giants ended up beating them then too. So you got to give credit where credit's due. Sometimes certain teams just find a way to win for however it is, right? However it is. Anyways, that's 1990, and things that I think about, and it was a great season. San Francisco, I mean, that's why we replay this, because I would love to see Buffalo and San Francisco in the Super Bowl, which I was so worried I did not want to see, because I had, they don't want to face. I mean, remember, this is the Joe Montana. You got to think 1990s Joe Montana, right? You're not thinking what we know now, right? He kind of, last couple years of his career wasn't as good, and then went to Kansas City and just couldn't get over the hump in Kansas City, right? We know that now, but in 1990, Joe Montana was like Tom Brady right now, right? Tom Brady can do no wrong down here in Tampa Bay. They are literally 5-8 as their record, and they still think he's the best thing since sliced bread, right? And he does no wrong, and the team is not, rallying around him, and blah, 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 blah. That's the way in 1990, Joe Montana was the god. There was no Tom Brady, right? Everything out of an announcer's mouth was about how great Joe Montana was. And you had nothing but 3 years of it, the 2 Super Bowl years, and then this year. It was all how great Tom Brady was. And of course, his backup, or not Tom Brady, Joe Montana. And of course, his backup at the time was Steve Young, who nobody heard of. I mean, a few people had heard of Steve Young, but nobody knew who Steve Young was and what he was going to become eventually. I mean, obviously they had an idea that he was pretty good or whatever, blah, 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 but it was Joe Montana's team. He was not giving up that team, right? It was Joe Montana's team. He was going for a three-peat. Remember, the word three-peat came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it was the hip word. It was going to be the three-peat of the year. So we play this because I would love to see Buffalo take on San Francisco and see, would the Bills stand a chance? Or, Warren Moon, a lot of people remember 1990, Warren Moon and Houston lost to Cincinnati in Cincinnati. But remember, Warren Moon was on the bench with a broken thumb. He has a cast. He has a cast on his hand, and he has the thumb. He didn't even start the game in Cincinnati. It was Carlson. I think it was Carlson. Is that right? I think it was Carlson was the quarterback for Houston. Then, of course, they lost. So that was Warren Moon's shot, which he had no control over. I think it was the week before the playoffs. He was throwing a pass and hit his hand on the helmet and broke his thumb. And so he was out. So what would happen in 1990 if because we play with all the players, right? So we're playing with Warren Moon. So that's why Houston, we can see Houston's a great team. So what happens if Houston makes it with Warren Moon and they face off against the Giants, or Houston takes on San Francisco? Because Houston or Buffalo or Miami, it's going to be one of those three, take on either the Saints. Now, again, I started this whole big thing about, oh, if the Saints can somehow get by the Giants, everyone laughs. Oh my God, San Francisco's going to their third Super Bowl, no doubt. But you know what they say? Wait a second, my friends. I just went through the stats. The Saints took on San Francisco first week of the season. I think they lost 13-12. They lost by a single point in San Francisco. I think it was in San Francisco. And then they played San Francisco second last week of the season, and they beat them at home by 2 or 3 points. I think it was like 17-15 or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, the Saints are still alive in here. Could they upset San Francisco and take on Buffalo in the Super Bowl? Wow, that would have been the Super Bowl that I would, as a Bills fan, I would have hoped for. Bobby Hebert. Was it no? Who was their quarterback? I think was it Bobby Hebert? Was their quarterback for the Saints in 1990? Who was their quarterback? I forget. He was horrible, whoever he was, because I remember. I'm like, there's no way they're going to win this. Steve Walsh. Even worse than Bobby Hebert. Steve Walsh is their quarterback now. Oh, my God. Steve Walsh. Remember Steve Walsh? Miami, Florida quarterback, right? Steve Walsh. A great college quarterback. Just didn't do jack in the NFL. He's the Saints quarterback. Can he lead them to the Super Bowl and become the next Joe Montana? Wow, that'd be awesome. Anyways, that's it for my ramblings, my little 1990 NFL playoff review. We got another game coming up next time. Miami in Buffalo. Winner takes on Houston. And whoever wins this game will be at home. So if the Bills win, they will. Ooh, hang on. I'm gonna have to double check this and see. Does that make sense? Let's go to Football Reference and see in 1990 what the seedings were. I think Houston was 1990. All right. Miami was 12-4. Buffalo was 13-3. So they only Houston was only 9-7. So yeah, Buffalo or Miami, either one of them would have a home field advantage over Houston. So Houston's headed on the road. They beat Cincinnati. They beat the Raiders. Now they're going to have to go either to Buffalo or Miami to see if they can make it into the Super Bowl that way. And so, next game will be Buffalo, Miami, and then, of course, we'll have the Saints and the Giants after that. Thanks, everyone, for coming by. We'll see everybody next time. Until then, take care, my friends. Enjoy your day, and we'll see everybody real soon. Until then, take care.